All right, guys, here is your race preview for races number 34, 35, and 36 of the 2024 season with Kubota High Limit Racing. It is taking place at the Silver Dollar Speedway in Chico, California, the quarter mile for the Gold Cup Race of Champions. It is going to be the biggest, the highest paying race in the history of California sprint car racing. And that is a big deal because obviously sprint cars have been racing in California for a very, very long time. And so for it to be dubbed that, it's an absolutely enormous thing. So really excited for this event. I mentioned it in my video talking about the format yesterday. This is the track. This is the event for me where I saw my very first World of Outlaws Sprint Car Series race a long time ago. So this event really holds a special place in my heart, and it's really cool to be able to cover it as an announcer coming up here with High Limit on Flow Racing coming up over the next few days. So here is the race preview. So the weather is looking very, very good. And that's been a big concern over the last couple of years for this race. Last year and the year before that, every single race night, Thursday through Saturday, was over 100 degrees. One of the days was like 115 degrees one year at Chico. So the weather this week is just way too good, actually. Thursday night, it's a high of 86 degrees, a low of 59, and a 3% chance of rain. Friday night, 74 degrees, a low of 57, and rain chances at 23%. And then on Saturday for the finale, 80 degrees for a high, 59 degrees for a low, and 9% chance of rain. So you could not ask for better weather heading into the Gold Cup Race of Champions this week, and it's going to be really, really nice. So I think we're going to see an absolutely monumental crowd showing up, especially with that weather forecast. That's going to help even more people want to come out and enjoy racing sitting in the grandstands. Now, the racing, as far as the payout goes, the first two nights, Thursday and Friday, will be $10,000 to win and $1,000 to start for the prelim nights. But then that leads up to the $100,070 to win Gold Cup Race of Champions event, the 70th edition of this race, which also pays $3,000 to take the green flag. I saw the purse earlier. I want to say it's $25,000 for second, $15,000 for third, $12,000 for fourth. So it pays down pretty well throughout the top 10. And then obviously a pretty good chunk of change just to take the green flag on Saturday night. Now the estimated car count looking very, very good. Right now as we sit, it's at 68 cars. So it would be really cool if we can get to 70 for the 70th Gold Cup Race of Champions. But right now at 68. And if you're not familiar, this race does use a different format. I posted that video on my channel yesterday talking about how the format works out. These 68 cars that we have now are split down the middle, 34 on Thursday night, 34 on Friday night. They will all race against each other, and then there are points on the line. The top two in points from Thursday night and Friday night, they are locked into the race for Saturday, and a whole bunch of other stuff going on there. But if you want to watch that video and find out what exactly the format looks like, make sure to check out my channel. I will put the description or a link to that video in the description below. But a really, really good car count at 68 right now. Now, looking at the former or the most recent 410 sprint car winners at the Silver Dollar Speedway, we've got Justin Sanders. He won a NARC race earlier this year in 2024. DJ Netto, he got a win during a local show at Silver Dollar earlier this year as well. Cole Macedo, he won the NARC show earlier this year, which was the very first race of the season for NARC. He got the win in that one. And then DJ Netto also won again at a local show around that same time as that NARC race. So Netto has been really good at Silver Dollar Speedway this year. And then before that, it was Corey Day. And that is actually supposed to say 2023. That is the win for Corey Day during last year's Gold Cup Race of Champions with the World of Outlaws. So Corey Day winning in 2023, the rest of those drivers winning at Silver Dollar this year in 2024. Now, looking at the track record, it was set by Joey Saldana on March 13th of 2009. The time is a 10.918 second lap. So I think that's the second time that we've talked about Joey being the track record holder here out on the West Coast. I think he was the track record holder at maybe Kings. I'm not really sure, but we've definitely talked about him a few times already on this West Coast swing. So 10.918, that's the lap time we are shooting for on Thursday and Friday night. Now, I did want to talk about two drivers that have had a very, very good stretch so far. We've had 3 races out on the West Coast, and only 2 drivers out of everybody that has partaken in the 3 races, only 2 of them have been in the top 10 for every single race. One of them is James McFadden. He got a 4th place run at the opening night at Tulare, a 5th place result at the Kings Speedway, and then he got the win at the Placerville Speedway on Saturday night. So it's been a fantastic run for McFadden in the home state of his car owners, Dennis and Teresa Roth. And the other car you see there is the 21 that is driven by Cole Macedo. He's been in the top 10 for every single race as well. A 5th place run at Tulare, a 4th place result at the Kings Speedway, and a 7th place run at Placerville. So McFadden and Macedo, the only 2 guys out of everybody that's been in the top 10 for every single race so far this week. And that is a very cool thing for them. Now, on the other hand, a couple of guys riding the struggle bus at some points in time throughout this swing. There's been guys taking provisionals, guys not making the show. They've been really struggling. The California tracks, the California locals, they are obviously very, very tough to contend with. And all these guys right here at the bottom have either taken a provisional or have missed at least one main event. So Zeb Wise, Tanner Thorson, Jacob Allen, Tyler Courtney, who, yes, he did take a provisional at Placerville, Chris Wyndham, Brent Marks, Parker Price Miller, Spencer Baston, Brenham Crouch. So 9 of the 16 full-timers have used a provisional or have missed out on a main event so far with this West Coast swing. And that is important because with 68 cars showing up at Silver Dollar Speedway and this being a non-points event, it's show-up points only, there are no provisionals for the race on Saturday night. So if these guys do not get through their prelim night well and they cannot make it through the heat race on Saturday, then they will definitely miss out on the show. There's no provisionals to be taken at the Gold Cup Race of Champions. And I thought that was a relatively significant thing to put on the board just to show you that 9 of 16 guys have had some kind of issue throughout this West Coast swing. It's definitely been tough for a few of them. Now, let's take a look at the list on the very far left. On my left, your guys' right, of the non-high rollers, the drivers that are not full-time with the series. And I have only written guys on the board that we have not seen race with us so far on this West Coast swing. So you're not going to see names like Sanders, Macedo, Justin Cox. I know I missed, obviously there's a bunch of other guys, but these are only drivers that we have not seen yet that will be there at the Silver Dollar Speedway. One of them includes Tim Kading in the Williams Motorsports number 0 car. He is going to be a really good guy to watch in this one. He's got a lot of wins at Silver Dollar Speedway. Chance Grasty, the young gun out of Sassoon City in car number 1X. Jay Steinberg in the number 2S. R.C. Smith in car number 5S. And then Colby Copeland, part of the SLC Promotions. He is the C in SLC Promotions at Silver Dollar Speedway. He'll be driving the Van Lair number 5V car. Jarrett Soaries in the number 12. Here's a guy to watch for as well. Tyler Thompson in the 35KM. He's a guy that maybe not a lot of people know about, but he has been very, very fast out on the West Coast this year. Robbie Price, the former World of Outlaws full-timer. He'll be out there in the number 21P car, the Cobble Hill, British Columbia driver. Chase Johnson in the number 24 car. He did lead laps on his prelim night last year at the Gold Cup in that number 24 car. Willie Croft in his retirement season. This will be his final Gold Cup Race of Champions. He'll be driving the number 29. A lot of people wondering what Chase Randall was going to do when he left that 2KS Motorsports car. He will now be driving a number 94 car for Steven Tyner and Kyle Hurst. That is a car that has won a lot of races over the last couple of years and will certainly be a potent car and driver combo. So Chase Randall in the 94. Max Mitry in the number 2XM, a teammate to Justin Sanders. Drake Stanley in car number 54. Dawson Hamas in the 55C. Jennifer Osborne in the 76 and Bobby Butler in the 57. A lot of the drivers on that list are utilizing 360 engines. You're going to be seeing a lot of that throughout the week at the Silver Dollar Speedway. So with it being a quarter mile, the only time I would say that those 360s will be at a disadvantage will definitely be in qualifying and more than likely in the heat race. In the feature, I could see them, with the B-main, they could probably keep up with the track as slick. We did see a couple times last year, a couple 360s did make the prelim night feature. So don't be shocked at all to see a 360 in the main event during the prelim nights. Now, a couple things that we do not have on the board that I want to mention as well. The high roller playlist, not able to fit all of that on our board here. Thursday night will be myself. You'll be hearing my music that I have handpicked. On Friday night, it will be Tanner Thorson. And on Saturday, it will be Brad Sweet. So all the songs you will hear, you have not heard so far this year when it comes to the high roller playlist. And so me, Tanner Thorson, Brad Sweet will be the 3 nights you will hear throughout the week. Also wanted to mention this, that I'm planning on having a driver come up that is not running on that prelim night. I'm not sure who it's going to be yet, but on Thursday night, we're going to have a driver that is racing on Friday. They're going to come up in the booth and do some color commentary. And the same thing will happen for Friday night as well. A driver from Thursday will come in the tower and hang out with me and give some insight as well to what's going on. So it's going to be a whole lot of fun heading over to the Silver Dollar Speedway. There's also racing going on Wednesday for the Platinum Cup. You should be able to watch that on Flow Racing as well. So a lot of great racing going on at Silver Dollar Speedway. Thank you guys so much for watching this race preview. I want to hear your thoughts down in the comment section below. Are you going to be there, number one? Number two, who do you think is going to win this race? $100,000 to win. It is one of the biggest races of the year. I mean, I would consider it almost a crown jewel event here, the Gold Cup Race of Champions. It's been around for 70 years, and now it pays six figures. This race, it's going to be a big deal. So I want to hear your thoughts down in the comment section below. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as well. If you're watching on Flow Racing, thank you guys so much for the support over there as well. And if you want to watch that format video, make sure to head over to my YouTube channel, The Rodman Rundown, and you can find out all about that over there. We break it all down for you so you have no questions about what's going on. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll talk to you guys again soon.